What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex Yu, and you're watching a Marvel edition of the Ragin Nation show. This is just a web series where we're talking about all things matter to me in the world of Marvel films. This is episode number 100, and I'm sure by now y'all have seen the Captain America Civil War teaser trailer. I've seen it. It was awesome. I did a reaction video for it. I did a trailer review for it, and then I've watched it again and again and again. And I'm sure you guys have seen it several times as well. And that is because it was badass. That teaser trailer was so badass that it broke some records. As a matter of fact, the record that it currently holds now is the most viewed trailer for a Marvel film within a 24-hour period. In 24 hours, the Captain America Civil War teaser trailer was viewed 61 million times. A record that was originally held by Avengers Age of Ultron, which was viewed 34 million times within a 24-hour period. Now, what does this tell us? That's almost double. Are people more excited about Captain America Civil War than they were about Avengers Age of Ultron? Maybe the fans got a little bit of the superhero fatigue and they're tired of seeing the same superheroes saving the world again and again and again, that they want to see something more domestic, such as a war within, a civil war, a war where you have Winter Soldier and Captain America doing a tag team against Iron Man. That scene alone made me just, you know what I'm saying? There was no scene in the Avengers Age of Ultron trailer that made me feel like that. I'm sure everybody felt like, wah! when they saw that tag team. And I think that is what makes this trailer a lot more exciting than Avengers Age of Ultron. I mean, their marketing was just a little bit, it was kind of blah, to be completely honest. It was exciting, but it didn't blow me away. It was just a few money shots here and there. But what Civil War showed us was a lot of new elements, a lot of really, really fresh new elements that made a lot of the fans go crazy. So that's very, very exciting. Now, what really makes me concerned for the Marvel Cinematic Universe in general is that this is the start of Phase 3. Captain America Civil War kicks off Phase 3. And then after that, we are getting Doctor Strange, Thor Ragnarok, Captain Marvel, SpiderMan, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and then Infinity War Parts 1 and 2. And then, are we still getting Inhumans? I'm not even sure anymore. But the fact is that we're not going to be able to see the original Avengers together as one until Infinity War, which comes out in 2018 or 2019. I forget which one, when the part 1 comes out, but it's either 2018 or 2019. But anyways, so it's going to be 3 years until we get to see them together again. All right? That's a long time. I mean, sure, we're going to get to see Thor and Bruce Banner in Thor Ragnarok, but as for Iron Man and Captain America, it's going to be a while before we get to see them again, and that is because Kevin Feige and the folks over at the Marvel Studios and Disney want to introduce a bunch of brand new characters, such as Doctor Strange, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, the new Spider-Man starring Tom Holland. So, what is going to happen to Tony Stark and Captain America and Steve Rogers? Well, now here's something that could maybe shed some light on what's going on, and that is, in an appearance at Jimmy Kimmel Live, Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. were doing an interview, and they were mentioning that they were talking about filming in Atlanta, or the filming in Atlanta, which took place for Captain America Civil War. And then Chris Evans was complaining how it was so hot over there. It was really, really hot, okay, in terms of the weather. And then Robert Downey Jr. responded to that by saying, by the way, we are going to shoot in Atlanta again, you and I. And Evans responded with, I know, I'm ready. I'm ready. Whoa, 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 whoa. Did they just say that they're going back to Atlanta to film again? Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr.? That means that they're going to be reprising their roles as Iron Man and Captain America again in Atlanta. Exactly when, I don't know, but they were going to be filming again at that exact same location. Now let's take a look at all the other Marvel films that are coming out and which one of them are actually going to be filming in Atlanta. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is going to be filming in Atlanta, but James Gunn actually did mention that he has absolutely no plans to bring in the Avengers into the Guardians of the Galaxy mix until at least they got all their stories all sorted out. And Peter Quill still needs to find out who his father is. So there's absolutely no way he's going to introduce another human element into Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Alright, so that's out of the picture. Thor Ragnarok, well, that's filming in Australia, all right? And they already got, Mark Ruffalo in there. There's no mention of Iron Man and Captain America supposed to be in there. What else do we got? Doctor Strange, that's filming in London. And once again, no mention of Robert Downey Jr. or Chris Evans. Now, what about Black Panther? There was not a whole lot of anything about Black Panther. Heck, they don't even have a director yet. So, unless it's Black Panther that's going to be filming in Atlanta, the only other possible option is Spider-Man. Now, most likely it's going to be Spider-Man because actually, when Tom Holland was making his press rounds for In the Heart of the Sea, which he also stars with Chris Hemsworth, he actually did mention that filming for Spider-Man, the New Avenger, is going to take place in Atlanta. Okay? Now, Tom Holland does make an appearance in Captain America Civil War. We didn't see him in the teaser trailer, but they're not going to give that away in a teaser trailer, alright? That's something a little bit, that's a little bit of a surprise. I mean, not everybody knows that Spider-Man is going to be in Captain America Civil War. Maybe he's just going to appear in an end credit scene, or maybe he's going to appear somewhere in the movie as a supporting role, but all I know is that he's going to be a minor character, and if it's a Captain America movie, then he's going to have some sort of interaction with Captain America and possibly his on-screen foe, which is Iron Man. So because of that, it actually makes sense for Steve Rogers and Tony Stark to appear in Spider-Man the New Avenger with Peter Parker. So, check that out. That just means that there is a high possibility that Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans are going to be appearing in Spider-Man, the New Avenger, with Tom Holland as Peter Parker. What do you guys think about that? That is awesome. You know why that is awesome? Not only is it awesome because of the fact that they appear in the movie, but it reminds the fans that while Phase 3 is all about introducing brand new characters, they haven't forgotten about the original classic characters. And I like that they're doing this. If they're actually doing this, I like that they're doing this because it reminds us that there is a universe that is still going on with the original characters. They're still in the story. It's not just these new guys, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, and all that stuff. There's still a lot of stuff going on that's happening at the same time. And that is very, very cool that they're doing this. In fact, I think it's a very, very careful and calculated move that they decide to do this because it really helps the fans stay connected with all the new stuff that's going on in Phase 3. So anyways, it's possible that could be happening, and if it really is happening, I think that Disney's got themselves a winner. Anyways, that's all I gotta say in this video. What do you guys think about anything that I've talked about? Let me know in the comments section below. As always, if you enjoyed this review, or rather this video, and you want to see more, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter at Ragin Nation. My name is Alex Yu. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. But like he says that you gotta stand down, and if you guys have been following the production, we know that Black Widow is not on Team Captain America.